The majority of my life, I've had foot problems. And when I was a kid in high school, all my buddies were wearing really nice cowboy boots because I was in Oklahoma. And I had a bad time wearing cowboy boots. The balls of my feet hurt, my heels hurt. I was not comfortable in them. And that never stopped. And through college, I tried all kinds of shoes because my feet always hurt. My arches hurt, my balls of my feet hurt. When everybody wanted to go out dancing and doing stuff, I was wanting to go back to the dorm or back home or whatever. My feet hurt. And the podiatrist I met, who really influenced me to go into podiatry, made me some little plastic inserts, and they helped. They helped some, but I still had terrible, painful feet. And through podiatry school, I probably had 4 or 5 pair made every year, because I would get different people to make them and see if I could find them, putting all kinds of pads on them. And I tried all the over-the-counter stuff that was available back then, all the way up till a few years ago. When I became a podiatrist, I had what I thought were some of the best podiatrists around, the sports medicine podiatrists, the guys that had big practices, make me orthotics. And all of them helped a little bit. All of them made me a little better, but none of them worked. None of them got rid of the problem. I have some photographs of my feet that Dr. Crawford uses in one of her lectures from back then, where I had the crossover second toe. I had a big callus under the second metatarsal. During that time before the sole support, I had either 12 or 14 cortisone injections into my heel because my heel was hurting. I had a limitation of the great toe, so I had a real stiff joint, but all of my shoes had a lump over the hallux because all the motion was occurring in the IP joint. So when I would step off, the IP joint would bend up and push into the shoe. So if you look down on top of my shoe, it had a lump there. All of that went away within the year. It took me probably 2 to 4 weeks to really get used to the insert because it was so different than everything. I had a bag full of orthotics and Dr. Scholl's and Spinco inserts and rubber gel pads, and none of that stuff really worked. It all made me a little better, but after about a month, when I could wear the sole supports all day and I didn't feel them, I started to realize that if I spent the weekend in my house slippers around the house, my feet started to ache and hurt again. So I got a second pair and I put them in my house slippers. So if I went for my shoes, I went into the sole supports in my house slippers without changing them. And I put them in other shoes. Then I started getting nicer shoes. And then I started realizing my feet didn't hurt at all. I was walking all over the place. I was playing golf and my feet didn't hurt. It's like, that's unreal. And then I would see you again and say, I want a new pair, I want a new pair. Because I want to take the old ones and put them in my work shoes. I want to put these over here, and I want shoes and all. I want new ones in my daily shoes, and I want the older ones in my scouts around the edge. And so you said I influenced you. You made me be able to keep going because nothing ever worked until I got these orthotics. And now my feet look great. I've got motion in the great toe joint, which shouldn't happen. It was already stiff. It shouldn't get loose. But it did, because when he brought the first ray down, the toe started to be able to move again. Now it works great. You look at my shoes, there's no lump where my big toe is. When I stand down, my second toe is straight. I have no callus on the bottom. Looks like baby's foot, baby's butt there. It's nice and smooth. And so essentially, the style of orthotic that you made, which was really hard to get going because it was so different. I mean, it took me a long time to get used to it. When I did, I couldn't live without them now. It's just like, you know, say, you left your orthotics at home, then I'm going back home and get them. I'm not going to go to the airport. I can't go to this meeting without my orthotics.